AP minus south minus 1A, 1B, and 1C. So by default, okay, where do you place this EC2 instances? In availability zones. So you need to, if you want to launch an EC2 instances, where do you go and launch? In availability zones. Very good. And these availability zones interconnect with each other, can communicate with each other by default? Yes. Okay. So if I launch one EC2 instance in 1A availability zone, if I launch another EC2 instance in 1B availability zone, they both share the data and talk to each other. Okay. Super. Okay. And is it quickly, like easily 1A availability zone goes down? No. So one availability zone is a single data center or group of data centers? Group of data centers in the backend. So do we need to worry about that 1A will go down? No. So if I ask you to launch 20 EC2 instances, will you launch in different availability zone or in same availability zone? Okay. So few in 1A, few in 1B, and few in 1C. Okay. And these regions and availability zones are completely managed by AWS. Is it possible for us to go and set up our own 1D? No, not possible. So there are two types of latencies. What are those? Low latency and high latency. Which one is good? Low latency is good. So if you are in India, which region that you should select? Mumbai. So if your customers are in India, will you launch your EC2 instances in some other regions other than India? No. So you need to choose the nearest region. So two regions can talk to each other by default. Wow. If required, yes. If required, yes. Very good. Okay. So if I go and launch all my resources, here resources meaning EC2 instance, whatever we do in AWS, all those things are resources. All our resources should be inside VPC, correct? If you want to secure your entire infrastructure should be inside your VPC. What is the full form of VPC? Virtual Private Cloud. Virtual Private Cloud. Two VPCs can communicate with each other by default, if required. How many VPCs you can create per region? 5. Can you set up high availability? Is it possible to set up high availability architecture with one availability zone? No, but is it possible to set it up? Yes. Is it recommended to set up? No. Is it recommended to set up? No. So it's recommended to spread your EC2 instances across availability zones. Load balancer is regional or it has an availability zone? It's regional. So this load balancer has a capacity to distribute the traffic across availability zones. Super, yeah. Very good. Excellent. So, as usual, you guys are rocking. So what we're going to do today is, you have two options. Listen this carefully. You have two options. One option is, you all know that AWS is a group of services, correct? So the next step is we need to go and learn those AWS services one by one, correct? Okay. So one option is I'll go and directly pick up one service and we'll learn about it. And we'll take next service, we'll learn about it, we'll go service by service. That is option 1. And second option for you is, I will give you the overall overview of the services that we learn. Not directly going into the service, but let's say we are covering a bunch of services. So we'll be giving you the information of all this bunch of services. What is the service and what is the use of the service? Once we learn about the overview of all the services, after that, we'll take one service, we'll do the theory, logic, and then we'll do the practical. So which one do you choose? Option 1 or option 2? Option 2. So you want the overview of the services first. So that is really good. I also go with option 2 all the time for every batch. So the benefit of that option 2 is, instead of going and concentrating only on the one service for the first time, it will be good for you to know the overview of all the services it has. AWS has hundreds of services. We are not going learning hundreds of services, all core services. We need to go to overview of it so that we are aware of, okay, all of the services, we know it. And later when we are learning more deeper into it, you will understand the integrity, how to integrate one service to another service. Integration is important. Otherwise, if you are learning only A, you will not know about B or C or D. Isn't it good to learn about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H till Z first and then go for the votes? Correct? That is the actual thing. So, and one more thing. When we are talking about the overview, for every service, we'll do the practicals. But first, we need to learn about theory and logic, correct? Are you really hurried to do the practicals? Let me hear from that clearly. Are you hurried to do the practicals now? So we will do the practicals, but before that, we need to learn the technical topics, correct? Once we learn the technical topics, then we'll do the practicals. Let's understand the theory first and then practical. This is how we'll go. Okay? Is it clear? Deal? Super. Okay. So exactly. Without theory, there is no meaning of practical, correct? Yes. So let me share my screen. Okay. Can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Okay. So I already introduced two services for you, just service names. What are those? EC2 and Beanstalk. So EC2 is the backbone of AWS. EC2 is a backbone of AWS. Apurva, don't worry on that. It will not be a huge loss. I'll be there, no? So you should follow my instructions, what to click and what not to click. So don't worry on the bill and all. We'll take care of it. Just follow my instructions. So the first service that we talk about is, I'm introducing the service which is called EC2. Guys, when we talk about the AWS, the first service that everyone will talk about is EC2. What is the full form of EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. Oh, wait, let me save this. Elastic Compute Cloud. So if someone asks you what is EC2, what is your answer? Instead of saying Elastic Compute Cloud, what is your answer? If someone asks you what is EC2 service, what do you say? Okay. So can we say that EC2 is a service from AWS where you can go and create VMs? Can we say that? So in EC2 service, what do? We create virtual machines. In EC2 service, what do we create? We create virtual machines. So here we write in EC2 service. If someone asks you in EC2 service, what do we do? In EC2 service, we can launch instead of calling create. What did I say? Launch. We can launch EC2 instances. You can launch EC2 instance. What do we do in the EC2 service? We go and launch EC2 instances. So as I always said, should we call it as servers anymore? No. What do we need to call? Instances. What instances are those? EC2 instances. EC2 instances are nothing but virtual machines. Agree? Okay. Okay. City. Every service in AWS, it should be either regional or global. What are the two things? Regional or global. Every service in EC2, either it should be regional or global. So I'll tell you now what is regional and what is global. So first of all, EC2, this is also a certification question. EC2 is regional or global? Okay, now I'll tell you how do you find out that is global or regional. See, this is Mumbai region. Okay, Chiti, you have went and launched one EC2 instance in Mumbai region. Can you tell me the same EC2 instance will be available in some other Ireland region parallelly? No. How come? It doesn't have any magic, no? So when you launch one EC2 instance in Mumbai, that will be there in Mumbai only. Will it be parallelly available here in some other region? No. So that EC2 instance is specific to region. So that is why EC2 is regional. This is a certification question. You understood? Okay. If something which is related, which is available for all the regions, then that service will be global. So remember guys, mostly all the services are regional only. Only few services are global. Until I say specifically, hey, this service is global, assume that rest are all services are regional only. Getting it? So I'll write it here. AWS services can be either regional or global. Either regional or global. And our EC2 service is regional service. That means it is specific to that particular region. You got this point, everyone? You understood the concept of regional and global concept? Okay, super. Okay, now, what is load balancer? Load balancer meaning which distribute the traffic to the servers. Should I put like this simple? This is the general thing that we have learned, correct? Load balancer meaning which distribute the traffic to the servers. Okay. So now I'm going to the on-premises. Do you remember what is on-premises? What is on-premises? The data center which are handled by us. The data centers which are handled by us is our on-premises. Okay. So guys, in on-premises, do we have a load balancer? Yes, we can set up the load balancer. No, in on-premises, we'll set up the load balancer. Very good. I have set up the load balancer. Good. And after the load balancer, what do we have? We have application server, correct? Can we go and set up application servers? Yes, this is the app server. And from app server, the request will go to database. Very good. This is the DB server. This is a DB server. So I'm talking about on-premises. Okay. So here, Load balancer will be connected to application. Application will get connected to the DB. Okay. Now, Chiti, we have learned about high availability concept. RMF, redundancy, monitoring, and failover. So, can you tell me, Samim, guys, someone is asking, where is web server? Do I need mandatory put it? No need. So when I'm talking about some architecture, so I'll just put it the logic. So I don't need to repeat the entire stuff, right? So that's the reason why I'll put only load balancer, app servers, and DB servers. Okay, now we learned about high availability. Today, is it easy to go and set up high availability in your on-premises physical machines? What do you say? Yes or no? No, it's difficult, right? So do you easily get high availability for load balancer? No HA. I'm talking about on-premises. And do you easily get scalability? Your increase. How much you will increase? You will increase to a certain limit. Will you keep on increasing? Is it easy to do the scalability? Yes or no? No. So there is no scalability. We can do it, but hard. Yes or no? Isn't it hard? No scalability. How about auto scaling? Can you fatafat, tuck, can you go and launch physical machines just like that? No auto scaling. So guys, if your load balancer, so do you have a lot of chance to go, your load balancer will go down? There is a lot of chance that your load balancer will go down. So this is the question many people asked couple of days back. Sir, what happened if your load balancer itself is down? So guys, we are not in on-premises anymore. We are into AWS. So in AWS, load balancer will never go down. Because load balancer is not a server. It is a service from AWS. Load balancer is a service from AWS. And we should not call it as load balancer anymore. We should be calling it as elastic load balancer. What is that? Elastic load balancer. In shortcut, you can call it as ELB. You understand? So I'm writing it here. So when I do this here, this is the load balancer. Correct, Chiti? This is the load balancer. And these are the EC2 instances. 1, 2. So this is ELB. Can I call it as ELB? Yes or no? Can I call it as ELB? What is the full form of ELB? Elastic Load Balancer. And can I say these are all the EC2 instances? This is EC2, EC2, EC2. And the first EC2 instance, can I go and launch in 1A availability zone? Can I launch in 1B? Can I launch in 1C? The load balancer can be sending the traffic to multiple servers like this. Yes. Chiti, on top of it, can I implement what? On top of it, I can implement what? Auto scaling graph. So ASG. And what is auto scaling? Super. Scale out and scale in. So this load balancer will never go down because that is completely managed by AWS. Understood? Load balancer will never go down because is it load balancer is a server or a service? It's a service. If something service is given by the AWS, will that go down? Do we need to worry about the performance of load balancer? Do we need to worry about auto scaling of load balancer? Do we need to worry about Array Babu, this will take this many requests or not? Do we need to worry about it? No. This load balancer is completely managed by AWS. Got it, Chiti? Now, instead of calling it as, it's a service. It is not deployed anywhere. Guys, if you go to AWS EC2 console, there will be a button called Create Load Balancer. You just need to click on Create Load Balancer. Load Balancer will be created. And what we should do? We should go and attach the EC2 instances to the load balancer. That's what we need to do. Do we need, and we need to just do some configuration for the load balancer. Do we need to install, set up anything of the load balancer? No, because it is not a server. It is service. Can you log into the load balancer? Is it possible to log into the load balancer? No. How do you access load balancer? Using the URL. So whenever you create a load balancer, it will create a DNS name. What does? It'll create a DNS name. DNS name is nothing but it's a URL. It's a URL. Whenever you create a load balancer, AWS will generate the URL. Getting it? Got it? So I'll write it here now. So this load balancer is now call it as in AWS Elastic Load Balancer. So in shortcut, I call it as ELB. Now tell me, Chitti, what is the exact definition of load balancer now? Elastic Load Balancer. ELB, distribute the traffic to the multiple EC2 instances across availability zones. This is how you should put it. This is the actual definition of the Elastic Load Balancer in AWS. Do you need to remember? No, it's a logic, correct? Who distribute traffic to EC2? Who will distribute the traffic to EC2? Load balancer itself, Sarita. Load balancer itself will distribute the traffic to the EC2 instances. So ELB is completely managed by AWS. ELB is completely managed by AWS. So ELB is a service or a server? ELB is not a server. It is a service for us. Say service for us. Can you log into the ELB? You cannot log into the ELB. What do? You can access. You can access the ELB using DNS name. DNS name is nothing but the URL. Chitti, got it? You got this? Does the ELB has any availability zones? ELB? Does the ELB has any availability zone? Does the ELB is specific to any availability zone? No. ELB is created at regional level. So ELB doesn't have any availability zones. It is created at regional level. Chitti, is this clear till here, everyone? Getting it? I'm just I'm just touching the topics, right? I'm not going deeper yet. So this is just a trailer again. Okay, I'm just making you comfortable with the topics now. Is this clear till here, CC? Everyone clear? Do we need to worry about the load balancer now? No. Super. Okay, so where Madhavi? Just tell me exactly which one to be explained. So I'll quickly rewind it, guys. So what is load balancer? Load balancer meaning which distribute the traffic to the servers. We know that. And what is this load balancer called in AWS? ELB, Elastic Load Balancer. What is ELB? ELB which distribute the traffic to the EC2 instances across availability zones. Simple. And this ELB is a service or a server? It's a service. Is it possible to log into the ELB? No. You need to access the ELB. How do you access the ELB? Using the DNS name or URL. Simple, no? Good. So EC2 is a very big service, Chitti, right? So we'll go slowly. Hold on. And then certification question. Which is the service is easy and quick deployment of applications? Which is the service is used for easy and quick deployment of applications? Beanstalk. Excellent. What is that? ElasticBeanStalk. So the next service I'm introducing here is ElasticBeanStalk. So what is ElasticBeanStalk? Guys, if someone asks what is ElasticBeanStalk, you should say easy and quick deployment of applications in AWS. So do you remember this ElasticBeanStalk is act as a platform as a service? Remember, I took an example. Chitty, yes, no? It works as a platform service. In platform service, what are we responsible for? In platform service, what are we responsible for? Application and data. Okay. I just wanted to remind you, in platform service, do we need to worry about the servers? Do we need to worry about the servers? No. And do we have access to the servers? No. So what we do, we just give the application to the platform and it will do everything and give the URL. So here, Beanstalk will also do the same thing. What does the Beanstalk will do? In Beanstalk, what it does we need to just provide the application. We need to just provide the application and Beanstalk will do everything behalf of you and will generate the URL to access. You got it? So, Chitty, this Beanstalk, it will take your application and it will deploy it. Correct? You know, the backbone of Beanstalk is EC2 only. The backbone of Beanstalk is EC2 only. So guys, you go and provide the application to the Beanstalk. You know, what does the application, what does the Beanstalk will do? Beanstalk will launch EC2 instances automatically. And then whatever the application that you have provided, that it will take that application and it will deploy in the EC2 instances and will give the URL to you. Do you need to deploy by yourself? Do you need to manage? Okay. Now, who will be launching the EC2 instances here? AWS. Beanstalk will be taking care. So who will manage that EC2 instances? Beanstalk itself. But do you have control on that EC2 instances? Yes. But in general, in platform as a service, do we have control on the servers? Generally, in platform service, do we have control on the servers? No. But here in ElasticBeanStalk, we still have the control on the servers. Even though it is a platform as a service, we still have the control on the servers. But is it recommended that you go and control the servers? No. Is that clear? Getting it? I'll write. So in general, platform as service, what are we responsible? So we don't have any control on the servers. That is in general, in platform service. But guys, in ElasticBeanStalk, in AWS Beanstalk, you have control. You have full control on the EC2 instances launched by who will be launched? Beanstalk itself, launched by Beanstalk. You got this? So who will Beanstalk handles operating system behalf of us, correct? Yes or no? Beanstalk handle OS behalf of us, or Beanstalk handle EC2 instances. EC2 instance is nothing but OS behalf of us. Is it clear, Chitty? You got this point? You got this? What is ElasticBeanStalk? Okay, I'll give a graphical representation. See. Chitty, listen this question carefully. You have application with you. You have application with you. Tell me, what are the AWS services that you know where you can deploy your applications? Question I'm saying. You have application with you. What are the AWS services which will help you to deploy your applications? One is EC2, another one is Beanstalk. Correct or not? In EC2, we'll go and launch our EC2 instance. We'll go and set up everything by ourselves. Yes. So what are the two AWS services where you can go and deploy your applications? EC2 and Beanstalk. Correct? Agree, everyone? Did we learn anything extra apart from this? No. So if you have an application, you have only two ways for now to go and deploy your applications. What are those services? EC2 and Beanstalk. So now here we have Apurva. So Apurva, we have it here. So assume that he is a client. Okay, he's a client. And then he might be having a Baba application. Okay. Okay. Now he has an applications. Tell me, Chitti, what are the two AWS services that he can go and deploy the applications? EC2 and then Beanstalk. Either he can go to EC2 or either he can go to Beanstalk. Chitti, what is the difference between EC2 and Beanstalk? Correct. EC2, you need to do everything by yourself. You need to cut it, you need to prepare it, you need to do everything you have to do. Whereas Beanstalk, do you need to do anything? No, just to give the application to it and then it will deploy everything. So in EC2, we go and manually create everything, correct? You need to go and launch EC2 instance, configure, and deploy. Correct, Shiva? Correct? So whereas in Beanstalk, yes. So you need to just give some configurations to Beanstalk. Give some configurations is better. Yeah. Give some configurations. And then, guys, in Beanstalk, what does it do is, guys, in Beanstalk, it will ask, guys, see, you have application, Beanstalk, take it. Will Beanstalk justly take it and then do it everything for you? No, right? It will ask some configurations, right? Hey, what size of machine you need? Hey, what is the platform that you need? So all this information Beanstalk will ask, correct? So here you will have an option. Beanstalk will give select platform. What is the platform that you want to select? You know, it will give the platform like Tomcat, .NET, Docker, our favorite Python, Go. You have so many platforms. Now, Chitti, client has what kind of application with him? What kind of application is that? Java application. If it is Java application, what is the platform that you need to choose here? Java application will work on which platform? Tomcat platform. Here, this one. Don't worry, because only developers knows that. So if you have a Java application, your Java applications work on which platform? Tomcat platform. You have .NET applications. .NET application work on .NET platform, right? You have Docker applications. Docker application work on Docker platform, microservices. You have Python application. Which platform you need to select? Python platform you need to select. So this Beanstalk will give you that option. Please select the platform. So based on your application, you need to select the platform. And just provide few configurations. And then boom, enter. And it will do everything behalf of you and it'll give the URL to you. Got that? What is the backbone? What does this Beanstalk will create? In the backend, what does it create? Beanstalk will create what? EC2 instances. Beanstalk will create what in the backend? EC2. And it will put your application here, correct? It will launch one EC2 instance, it will put the application, it will give the URL to you. Do you all understood the difference between Chitti, EC2 and Beanstalk now? EC2 is like manual. Beanstalk is like automation. If you don't know how to deploy, if you don't know how to configure, if you don't take that risk, which one do you want to go? Beanstalk. Go for Beanstalk. No, you want to set up everything by yourself. You launch it. You do everything. You create load balancer. You set up high availability. You do everything by yourself. Then which one you need to go? EC2. Excellent. This is how in certifications they will ask these questions. Did I give the scenarios now? Client has an application, right? And he has a Java application. He want to go and set up everything by himself, and he want to secure everything by himself, and he want to set up and configure everything based on his requirement. So which service that it supports to do that? EC2 or Beanstalk? EC2. This is how the certifications will be. Is this clear now? EC2 and Beanstalk, everyone? CC? Good. Okay. Okay. Now, what are the two services that you know? EC2, Beanstalk. Good. Is autoscale available in Beanstalk? Yes. Answer is yes. Correct. Krishna, it is available. Okay. So a couple of people are asking again. Simple. If you want to do everything by yourself, EC2. If you don't want to do everything by yourself, Beanstalk. Simple as that. Karishma, CC bole to crystal clear. Okay. If you are clear, please put CC. Okay. Next. Now, let's say our friend. Your name? Ayan. Okay, Ayan. Why to take effort then? Let's always use ELB. Yes, we can. No problem. But there are few disadvantages of Beanstalk. When we go deeper into the practicals, you will get to know. Okay, now let's say, for example, yeah, it's dependent upon the application. Very good, Akshay. See, now we have one customer called Ayan. Let's say Ayan. Ayan, he is here. Assume he is a blogger. Is a blogger. Who is blogger? Who is blogger? Who writes the blog? Who eats burger? Not that guy. Is burger. Is blogger. Right? Who creates the blog? Who writes the blog? What is blog? Articles. Right? You'll go and write in websites. You have articles, right? They'll go and write. Those are called bloggers. So guys, here, what his requirement is, he is a blogger, just blogger. He's a technical guy? No, he's just a blogger. He writes. So generally, he used to go and write in all other websites. But this time he wanted to write the blogs in his own website. So if you need to have, sure, Manoj. So if you need to have your own website, that means you need to have your own setup. You need to have your own infrastructure. You need to have your own EC2 instances. So someone said that, Arebai, go with the AWS, where you can go and launch EC2 instances. You can go and set up. Chiti, how many steps are there to launch an EC2 instance? 7 steps are there. How many? How many steps are there to launch an EC2 instance? 7 steps are there. So what Ayan did was, he went and logged into AWS, and then he went through each and every step, and he read here and there, he understood, and even though he's not a technical guy, he read everything one by one, he went and launched the EC2 instance. After launching the EC2 instance, application will be ready? No. So he need to develop the application, and then we need to deploy it, configure it, everything he has to do. And then by the time he's doing, he got to know that he need to set up database also. Tell me, guys, he is just a blogger. Is he interested to do all these things? No, not only him. Anything, whoever is very new to AWS or any developer, he want to come and justly chumma set up. He want to touch something, everything should be up. He want to touch something and everything should be up. He don't want to spend the time. He don't want to unglify. Nothing. touch, everything should be ready. Can you go to EC2 and do just touchings? No. Can you go to Beanstalk and do the touchings? No. In Beanstalk also, you need to have application. He don't have application also. In Beanstalk, you need to have application. Ion doesn't have even application. So can you touch ElasticBeanStalk? For these kind of people, there is a service which is launched by AWS that is called LightSail. What is it? LightSail. LightSail. There is a service called LightSail. As the name itself says, light, very light. As the name itself says, light. So what you need to do is nothing. In LightSail, you have predefined servers will be there with applications. Predefined loaded applications will be there. Whichever you want, inky pinky ponky, and then click it. Bus. I mean, you want Tomcat, you want cPanel, you want Joomla, you want Drupal, you want GitLab or GitHub, whatever applications which are number one in the market, everything will be readily available in LightSail. You just go and teach, I want that, click, server is up, application is up. Ready-made templates will be there. So if you don't want to worry anything, you just need to go and create a virtual private server, one server virtual, which is private for you. Create one server which has everything installed predefined. Which service you need to go and select? LightSail. I'll write for you. So here, if you want to set up and create a virtual private server which has already, I'm sorry, application also it contains, which already has everything installed. Let's say, what are the general applications that it has? Have you heard about WordPress, which are commonly used? WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, cPanel, what else? There's so many things like this, guys. GitLab is there, right? WordPress, Drupal, Redmine is there, right? And then etc. So many applications are there. So whichever you need to have, you just select it, and then everything will be done automatically. You have Nginx, web server, right? Everything will be there. But the only disadvantage of this LightSail is no auto scaling. LightSail doesn't support auto scaling. No auto scale. Now tell me, if it doesn't support no auto scaling, can you tell me, will you recommend these services for your production environments? Very light, only few audience, few requests, some people will be accessing it. You don't want to spend that much, very low profile, then go for it. Soumya, is this clear, everyone, till here? What are the three services we know that here now? EC2, Beanstalk, LightSail. Huh? Is this CC till here? Okay. Super. And then here we have something called Lambda. What is that? Lambda. Lambda. Auto scaling is not required. Is that correct? Where? Which one? In LightSail, I'm not saying auto scaling is not required. It doesn't support auto scaling itself. It doesn't support itself. There is no auto scaling there. Okay. Lambda. Chitti. Yes. Next service here is Lambda. So I'm sure that there are so many developers here. There might be so many developers here. Okay, generally, can you tell me what is a function? Function? Not family function. In code, in development, what is function? Yes, it's a piece of code. It's a set of code which is reusable. You can call that function anytime, right? The function is a reusable code. So you write a few set of steps and call it as a function, and then you call this function anywhere you like. So can you execute this function without an application? Not possible. Can you execute this function without a server? No, generally no. Without a server or without an application, you cannot run that piece of code just like that. Correct? But here, using Lambda, you can run it. And Lambda is serverless, no server concept. Lambda is serverless. What is the meaning of serverless? First of all, what is the meaning of serverless? Serverless meaning no server. Okay, now you know Dropbox? Dropbox. Google Drive. You know Google Drive. Google Drive for us, it is server based or serverless? Serverless only. Are you going and logging into any of the machine? Unless you going and log into the machine, that is called server based. If you're accessing anything just like a service, is called serverless. But behind it will be servers. But for us, it is serverless. Like this, Lambda is serverless. What do we create in Lambda? We create functions in Lambda. What do we create today? We create functions. We create functions. So that function, we call it as Lambda function. That function is called, correct, Rajeshwari, correct. Lambda function. Chitti, this function is written in, you can write this in Java, .NET, Python, etc. There's so Ruby. You have Ruby also. You have so many. There are so many languages this Lambda function supports. So you can write the functions in any kind of your own language. If you are good in .NET, create a function in .NET. If you are good in Python, you create a function in Python. Okay, now we know that Lambda is serverless, and in Lambda we go and create functions. Tell me, this Lambda is whom does he loves most? Developers only, no? As an engineers, as an admins, do we go and write a code? No. But for admins, for architect also, Lambda is useful sometimes. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you the reason. Okay, now I'll take someone. Sharif bhai. Okay, I'll take Sharif again. So, just listen this carefully. After we have learned about EC2, listen this carefully. After we have learned about EC2, Sharif got excited. आज कैसा भी EC2 launch करना है. I want to launch an EC2 instance today. And I told that, Sharif, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't launch the EC2 instance. I understand, Sharif, you are excited to launch, but don't launch. And what he said, okay, Riyaz sir, I will not launch. He went home, night 10 o'clock. He went and launched the EC2 instance. What he did? He went and launched the EC2 instance. Whenever he is launching it, automatically it is getting terminated. What is called? Terminated. You need to use this word, guys. Terminated meaning when for EC2 instance, you have some states. What you can do is you can launch the EC2 instance. Correct it? You can launch the EC2 instance. You can stop the EC2 instance. You can start the EC2 instance. You can reboot the EC2 instance. You can terminate the EC2 instance. Terminate meaning what? Huh? Kill or destroy or fasak. Only once. Fasak. So terminate meaning completely deleting it. So Sharif thought, Arey, 10 o'clock, night 10 o'clock, I launch an EC2 instance. Riya sir is he's killing my EC2 instance. Okay, so let's see. So he put an alarm at 12 o'clock in the midnight. And he got up at 12 o'clock. Again, he has launched an EC2 instance. Again, it is getting terminated. Arey, Riya sir soya nahi ab tak. Right? Till 12 o'clock, what is Riya sir is doing at 12 o'clock? Getting ready for tomorrow's class. No? Okay. So he thought that, okay, Riya sir is not sleeping at all. So he put an alarm at 3 o'clock in the morning. He got up at 3 o'clock. He launched an EC2 instance. Again, it is getting terminated. Looks like Riya Sanat is not sleeping at all. Pura jagaram. Huh? Okay, so he came next day and to me and said, I asked, hey Sharif, I told you not to launch an EC2 instance. Why did you launch? Sir, Riya sir, tell me, sir, how do you know that? How do you, all the night you are awake and you are just waiting for me to launch and you are killing the EC2 instance? Do I need to awake all the night and then just watch you are launching the EC2 instance or not? No. Guys, I did some automation here. I did some automation. So here, what is automation I did? See, guys, whenever he launch or whatever you do in AWS, either you launch, either you reboot, either you create, either you delete, either you terminate, either you do everything, an event will be generated in the backend. Event will be generated in the backend. Everything is backend API only, no? I mean, code only, no? Your console is there, management console. Whenever clicking something, it is like magic. No, there is a code behind it. So for each and everything, one event will be triggered, event will be generated. So when he's launching the EC2 instance, can I catch that launch event? Can I catch that launch event? Yes. So here I have caught the launch event here. So whenever he's launching it, launch event is getting generated. Guys, all these events are, there is one service called EventBridge. What is that? There is also another, this is another service. EventBridge. What is that? EventBridge. So EventBridge holds all the events of AWS services. If you want to do some code, you want to do some automation, if you want to catch some events in the runtime. So where are all the events are stored? EventBridge. So what I did was, I catch his launch event. Whenever the launch event is generated, I created a rule. Guys, I created a rule saying that here I wrote a Lambda function called terminate function. I call it as some name called terminate function. And in that, I need to write some function, no? In which language? In any language. I wrote in Python. I wrote in Python saying that Python to terminate the EC2 instance. Can I write a function to terminate the EC2 instance? Yes, I can write. So whenever the launch event is triggered, whenever the launch event is generated, I am invoking the Lambda function. I am invoking this Lambda function. Invoked. Lambda function is invoked. So can I say Lambda is invoked based on the trigger? Lambda is invoked based on the event trigger. Correct, guys? Event based trigger. You got this? So for each and everything, the events are generated in the backend. So based on your requirement, you catch that event, you can play with. If you know the code, how to write a code, you can play with it. Now you understand why the EC2 is getting terminated whenever you launch. Do I need to awake all the time? No, just catch that event and create a Lambda function. Whenever that event is generated, automatically I created a rule saying that, Are Babu, whenever the launch event is generated, call that Lambda function. And that Lambda function is getting called. What is there in Lambda function? To terminate this EC2 instance. So can I say Lambda is used for automations? Certification question. Lambda is used for automations. City, you got this, everyone? Whatever I'm talking about is a real-time example. Okay, so I'll give you one more example then. Okay, so let's say I have 100 EC2 instances running. 100 EC2 instances are running. In that, Rajeshwari, Dheeraj, listen this carefully. 50 EC2 instances are related to DevOps. 10 are related to HR. 20 are related to admins or testers, something like this. So DevOps team said that, Riya sir, this 50 EC2 instances, nighttime we don't need. Please stop it. Tell me, do I need to go to all the EC2 instances one by one, check it and then stop manually? Is it good? So they said like night 9 PM, it should stop. Morning, by the time we come to office at 9 AM, it should start automatically. So do I need to wake up? Do I need to stay at office to go and select one by one and then right click and stop machines? No. What should I do? Create a Lambda function. Create a Lambda function. How many Lambda functions I need to create for this? One. If you're good, you can write one. But can you write two? One is for start, another one is for stop. You understood the real-time example of Lambda function. So here I went and I have so many EC2 instances like this. This is EC2, 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 EC2. So exactly at 9 AM or 9 PM, everything all this should be stopped. And morning at 9 AM, start. Okay, so how many functions that I need to create here? Two functions. One is, I call it as stop function. And another one we call it as start function. Can I write it? And what does this stop function contains? Code which stops all the EC2 instances. And what does this do? Which start all the EC2 instances. And can I schedule this? Simple. I can schedule the Lambda function. I can schedule it 9 PM. I have scheduled. There is an option in the EventBridge. You can schedule it. So schedule it 9 PM to trigger that stop function, Lambda function. Exactly at 9 PM, that stop function will be triggered, and whatever the code that you have written inside this stop function will get executed. What is the code that you have written? To stop all the EC2 instances. Correct. Sahu. Lambda bridge is just a bridge between the services. We can utilize that and then we can call the Lambda functions. It will not manage, but it will help to trigger the Lambda functions. Correct, Apurva Reddy. Here, Lambda and EventBridge are services. Is this clear, everyone? So what are the services that we have learned today? Okay. Hold on. I'll ask the question and you repeat it. Huh? So which is the service in AWS where you can go and create virtual machines? What is the full form of EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. EC2 is global or regional? Regional. Okay. And what is load balancer? Which distribute the traffic to the servers. What is this load balancer called in AWS? ELB, Elastic Load Balancer. What is the definition of Elastic Load Balancer? Which distribute the traffic to multiple EC2 instances across availability zones. Fantastic. Okay. And this ELB is a service or a server? And ELB is completely managed by AWS. And is it possible to log into the ELB? No. What do you want to do? Access the ELB. How do you access the ELB? DNS name or URL. Okay. And then, which is the service is used for easy and quick deployment of applications? Beanstalk. So in general, in platform as a service, do we have control on the servers in general? No. But in ElasticBeanStalk, by the way, what is the backbone of ElasticBeanStalk? EC2. So when you give application to the Beanstalk, what does it launch? EC2 instances it launch and it will deploy it. Do you have access to those EC2 instances? Yes. But is it recommended to that you manage those? No. So do you all agree that Beanstalk provides platform to select? Yes. Which is a service where everything is ready? I need to just go and create a virtual private server. LightSail. What is the disadvantage of LightSail? No auto scaling. If you want to achieve fault tolerance, how do you achieve fault tolerance? Using? How do you achieve zero downtime? Using? Auto scaling. Very good. Very good. I jumped to yesterday's topic. Okay. And I want to automate few things. Which is the service you use for automation? Lambda. Lambda is serverless or server based? Lambda is regional or global? Huh? What did I say? Until I say specifically it is global, rest are all regional. Did I say anything about Lambda? No, that meaning by default this is regional only. Okay, Lambda is regional. And in Lambda, what do we create? What is the functions called? Lambda functions. So call it as Lambda functions. So does Lambda supports multiple languages? Yes. And where are all the events are stored in AWS EventBridge? Can we go and pick up whichever event that we are interested in? So based on the event, can we trigger Lambda functions? Yes. So can I go and stop all the EC2 instances by creating Lambda functions? Can I go and start it? With Lambda function, can I go and launch virtual machines also? Yes, you can do. If the power of coding is that, you can do it. Understood now? At least 5 certification questions you have answered in real time. 5 certification questions covered. Got it? Clear up till here, everyone? Any questions? Okay, take the screenshots. How Lambda is serverless? Guys, Lambda is serverless for us. But in general, in the backend, it works on the servers. But for us, it is serverless, where we no need to go and log into any servers. We just go and create a Lambda, create function, click on create function, and function will be created, put your code there. But we see in lab. Guys, whatever we learn, everything, there are practicals coming in, hands-on. My course is mostly on hands-on and then logics. Okay, but you need to wait a little bit. Does the Lambda use only for automations? Not only for automations, any kind of thing. Normally, if you want to perform tasks which need to be automated, you can go for Lambda, anything you can use. There's a question, which language will create Lambda functions? I wrote, it creates multiple languages. Okay, good. So guys, like this, and also Monday online's Monday link going to be changed. I got to know that most of you got completed your formalities. That's really good. And those who have not done, please complete it. The link will change on Monday. So, okay, Manoj, admin is saying that students, Monday we change the link online. Please read that and please complete all your formalities by today and tomorrow. Those who want recordings also, those are available. Please check with admin. Manoj, can you please put your mobile number also here? Guys, can you copy that? Your admin is Manoj, Mr. Manoj. So please copy his number. And Manoj, can you please put your details, payment details, all these things people are asking. If was once in a week, can ask a question like this. And don't worry, Apurva, just leave it on me. No, just leave it on me. I'll take care of those things. Any other questions? Please, guys, Manoj has shared those details. Please copy it. And on Monday also, we'll be covering the next services. Guys, this one, whatever and that I'm covering the services, it is not for my purpose. I'm going little bit more extra, putting more extra efforts and making you comfortable with knowing all the overview of the services first. Then otherwise I could have skipped all these things, right? So just, I'll not be doing like this. One by one, slowly, aramse, we'll do it. Okay? No hurry at all. Until a non-IT person says CC, I'll not go forward. Every person should understand what I'm talking about. Lambda comes under which model? See, Vishal, so each and every service in AWS, don't consider that this is infrastructure, this is platform, this is software. No, that models are done. So it's just a service. Okay. So I can call it as code as a service. CAS, CAS, right? How is LightSail is different from EBS? Simple. In ElasticBeanStalk, you need to provide the application. In LightSail, do we need to provide the application? No, applications will be there already. So guys, those who want to have a previous video sessions, please message to admin. His number is that. Okay, so please don't miss the class on Monday. Can you give me the final CC for today, guys? So please get in touch with Mr. Manoj. So please don't miss the class. Excellent. Great. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you on Monday with the next important topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and good night.